guys, it's Lee. Welcome back to my channel. And for those of you who are new here, hey, hi, hello, and welcome. So I am acutely aware that I've been missing in action for a few months due to having a new kitchen. Well, not just a new kitchen, but a complete remodel of the kitchen and dining room, blocking up doorways, taking down walls, reopening old doorways, and new flooring. Kitchen fit started the 6th of October and it's now the 7th of November and it's still not finished. Um, I would never ever recommend Wren for kitchens. My experience has just been shocking, between damaged units turning up that should not have passed quality control checks, to just lack of communication. Like, one of my deliveries was moved from the date they'd given me on the Friday to the Monday, and no one had actually told me. So I was up at the crack of dawn, waiting. I'd rearranged meetings, and it was only when I went on the app to track the delivery that I saw a different delivery date to what was on the email. And then, like today, they came to fit the quartz worktops. And following a brief conversation, I thought they would be installing the worktop because the contract, not the worktop, sorry, the tabletop, as I went for a quartz table. The contract paperwork says that the tabletop will be delivered and installed by Wren. According to the quartz team, they don't install them. He spoke to his manager, who said, "Yeah, no problem, just do it." And so he like put all the adhesive on the table, and then he was like, "Right, where's the tabletop?" And I was like, "Well, on your van." He was like, "No, it should be here." Turns out it hasn't even been made yet. So yeah, that's another issue to add on to the long list of issues. So yeah, I might do a more in-depth review um, of my nightmare renovation um, in another video. So without further ado, let's get into. I only decided the end of September um, that I would pick up the videos again, because I thought week, 2 weeks into October, the kitchen would be finished and I would have more time. Um, but yeah, the house is still an absolute bomb site, as you can see. I mean, the kettle is there, which, yeah, and there's a friend mail parcel from, oh, everything's in reverse. Friend mail parcel there from Melissa, which I will go through at some point when I have some time and energy. So yeah, this is basically where I started collecting the beginning of October. I know, like I said, it's like a week into November now, but I haven't actually finished anything off in November. Um, so yeah, I will stop waffling and get cracking. So at the moment, this is just all strewn all over my desk, so there is no rhyme or reason to the order I'm going through things. So, first up, this isn't the Diptyque Pomander candle, it's just the jar. This was the Refillable Candle Company's Melt and Pour candle refill. So basically, it comes in like a mylar pouch that you take the wick and like holder out, pop the bag into the microwave, put the wick in the bottom of the jar you want to reuse, and you pour the gently melted wax over the top. This was, I want to say it was frosted apple. It smells like frosted apple. Yeah, frosted apple, that one. That was really good. I did, I do like the concept of starting to refill like the nicer candle vessels rather than just binning them. So then I also finished up my Bath and Body Works pumpkin nut butter. So this was a new limited edition. I can't remember when I bought this, whether it was one that I bought when I was visiting Melissa last year, or whether, yeah. sure this was one I bought when I was visiting Melissa last year. So pumpkin nut butter, and this is pumpkin spice, creamy nut butter, sprinkle of cinnamon. And this one, even when it wasn't lit, I could smell it in the room. Really like this one. So that's one that I think would make a really good regular one. Then this was Campfire, which I bought from vegan vintage vegan candle company at Vegan Camp Out. Just having a look now. I think July 2024. Burnt really well, and it's like a. It's not quite a like a log fire, as it's got that. It's got like smoky and slightly. To me, it's like slightly spiced citrus. Really nice, and it burnt really well. Pleased with the performance of that. And I used up my mini, as it is like a mini figuier by Diptyque. So this is basically the fig tree or fig leaves. Really nice, quite subtle, but a really nice fresh scent rather than like a sweet fruity scent. Then I picked, or I just used up, or started, I should say, a frosted pine mini reed diffuser. So this was from Aldi, I think, or Lidl. Um, I've got loads of these because they were dirt cheap after Christmas last year. Finished off my bag of amethyst and floral bouquet, which was from Simply Good Scents. This, I have no idea what amethyst smells like. Is this a gemstone? But it was like a nice, subtle floral scent. Enjoyed that one. Been warming some of lavender and speckles scents, gingerbread and eggnog, which is sweet and slightly spicy gingerbread blended with strong eggnog and creamy vanilla bakery. So this is one that I had off Melissa last year, I think. I can't see the date I scribbled on it. It must be because she had it in 2023, November. Oh, actually, no, I think she might. Oh, I can't even speak. I think she may have sent this over 2023. Absolutely love that one. It's very, very good. It reminds me of Scentsy's eggnog, but pimped up. Then this Bath and Body Works candle I finished up is one that Melissa sent me, and the jar had got smashed in transit, so I just reused an empty jar that I had. And it was a coffee scent. Can't remember the name of it. I should have written it on the bottom, but that was nice. Quite subtle. It's not an overly coffee scent, but that was nice. Then I've used up my tallow and ash icing on the cake laundry shampoo. So this is top notes of vanilla, orchid and jasmine, mid notes of brown sugar and tonka, with base notes of amber, amberwood, musk and patchouli. Really like this. It is quite a subtle sweet scent, but I definitely get the vanilla from it. I do have a refill code for tallow and ash if you want to try it. I'll pop the code in the description below. You get 50% off, and I think I get 50% off. So yeah, that's really good. And they actually do refill pouches as well, so you don't have to buy the bottles and throw them away. And the refill pouches are like £1 cheaper, I think. So worth doing. Then I warmed through some Teddy Bees Creep Show. So these labels are fading. I should update them. Do I have it on my spreadsheet? Probably do. Sheets. So this is a nice one. Actually, I will come back to that one. I will do one that I do have the scent notes visible. So this is Frosted Petals from Scentsy. And it's quite a nice one. Obviously, it is very, very floral. So this is Strawberry and White Currant Wreath, Jingle Bell Orchid, frosted with sheer musk. I do like this one, but it's definitely one if you don't like florals, stay away from it. Right, I'm just going to pause this video here while I try and sort my spreadsheet out, and I will be back momentarily. Okay, so I now have my spreadsheet loaded up on the other screen. So hopefully I will have sent notes for these, although my screen has now gone all over the place because it's I can see the cursor moving across the screen, but nothing's actually moving with it. For goodness sake. So for some reason, oh right, it's done it now. So this is Creepshow. Right, so it's in alphabetical order. So we have Creepshow. So this is pumpkin sugared donuts, marshmallow fireside, sugar cookies, creamy cheesecake, graham crackers, marshmallow cream, and a hint of sweet spice. And it is a really nice one. So probably try and finish that off this month. I'm still trying to finish off bits where I don't have a huge amount left. So then we have, this is Teddy Bees again, and this is Order of the Maesters. And this is such a good scent. Really do enjoy this one. So this is antique wood shells, leather-bound books, midnight plum, violet, and a touch of dust. My eyesight's getting worse. I'm glad I'm going to the opticians next week. Although, yeah, don't know what difference I'll make. So yes, that is that one. Then I finished up my Diptyque Nocetia. So this is hazelnut, I think. Candle. Yeah, it is hazelnut. A nice festive scent. I say festive. It's quite. It's not necessarily like a hazelnut latte type hazelnut. It is more like a fresh hazelnut, similar to the fig tree. So I think it is more the tree rather than the actual food. Then this candle was Mira or Myra. So this was a pack of 3 for £3 from Home Bargains, and I think it's definitely a dupe for Neom, just because the packaging is very similar to Neom's previous packaging. The shape, the size, yeah, as soon as I saw it, my thought was that's a Neom knockoff. I was disappointed with these because the scent isn't that strong, but they still look pretty burning anyway, so that's fine. I finished off my Homestead Holiday Scentsy Sampler. This is a really nice one. It's quite, it's not an in-your-face holiday scent. It's a more subtle one. Don't have the scent notes for that. I don't know if I have the scent notes for these either. I don't think I do, but I will have a look. E, F, G. Um, no. So these were from Teddy Eva Scents. So the first one is Ghostly Souls. And this almost had like a cologne scent. Really enjoyed this one. And then the other one was Haunted House. This one I think might still be in the one on top of the fire. Or maybe it's Ghostly Souls is the one I think is on top of the fire at the moment, which is still going strong. Then I used up some of my Midnight Masquerade. I only have 2 cubes of this one left. So yeah, that's that one. That's all I've got left of this. Sorry, a text message just came through and it threw me. Then I finished off my Fiji Sunshine Guava Teeny from Bath and Body Works. This one I know I I think this was when I picked it up when I was in the States last year. So yeah, this one, it was nice. The only thing I found, I think this is the first Bath and Body Works shower gel I've had. It was very, very, very thick to the point where once it got down to about there, excuse me, I ended up diluting it with water just because it was so thick. I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing because it does mean I squeezed a little bit more out of it. But when you're trying to squeeze it out, it just felt far too thick. Then I finished up my bottle of Jo Malone's Aqua Lemon Cologne. This is one I picked up at the airport back last year. It's strange, as it was almost like, I'm not sure if it's, oh, it's a tiny, tiny bit left. It's almost like a salted lemon. I suppose aqua lemon, sea salt, maybe. Did really enjoy that. It was a really nice summery scent. Finished up my Vampire Blood hand cream. I know I did buy this when I was out visiting Melissa. I mean, Vampire Blood scent is just absolutely love it. It's dark plum. I don't know if it says on here, but I'm sure it's dark plum, rhubarb, and something else. I know I've had the candle as well, and that was absolutely beautiful. Um, Picked up a Marcel's green soap to try. This was Basil Vetiver. This was washing up liquid. It wasn't cheap. It was like a fiver for 500 mils, so not the cheapest, but I mean, I have enjoyed using it. It's a bit runnier than most washing up liquids I've used. So as I have one of those washing up sponge things that you press the button on to squeeze it out. If you press it a bit hard, it does tend to projectile out. But if you've got one that you don't press the button on, I think it would probably be perfect for that, or just for, I mean, most of it I've decanted into a pump dispenser anyway, so it being a bit runny isn't an issue. Then I used a bit of fig and snowberry from Jessie's Handmade. Like a bit like the Ted Eva scents, I do find these perform better in a tea light warmer. Then I diffused, I'm having to handle this one a bit carefully, the Essence Vault 197 Bergamot, Vetiver and Patchouli. So this is a dupe for Chanel Sauvage. I'm sure it's Chanel. It's or Dior Sauvage. Really like this, but the top has come away. So I do need to try and use this up now because one, it's going to evaporate, and two, it's really difficult. You have to like pour it in now. So I need to make sure that doesn't get knocked over. Then some of my beloved spiced eggnog brick. So this is ground clove, simmers in a festive blend of buttered rum and creamy eggnog. Oh, this is just divine. Absolutely love that scent. I do have another brick of it, and I do have a bar, so that's good to go for a while. Then this was Julie's Handmade Wax Smelts from Plymouth, and this was Uplift Unstoppable, so one of the Lenore scents. That was nice, had that going in the ensuite. Then from Valente, this is Lemongrass and Rosemary. Only used 1 cube of this, and this is a really nice, bright, uplifting scent. Rosemary is supposed to be good for the mind, and lemongrass is just quite uplifting. So that's, I think they're down top of the stairs. That was a really nice one. And then lastly, I do believe this is the last one, is Witch's Lure, and this one was Ted Eva scents as well. And in the clamshell, I didn't get much of a smell, but if this is the one I'm thinking of, this was really nice when it was warming. Again, this was one that I had in a tea light warmer. Or was it? Actually, no, I think this was in the cast iron wax melt dish I have on top of the fire downstairs. Yeah, I'm sure that was that one. So yes, that's my reintroduction back to the world of YouTube after a few months off. And yeah, I will be doing a friend mail unboxing when I get around to it. And then once the kitchen is finally finished, I might do a bit of a kitchen update, including all the woes I've had. Um, I mean, to be fair, the customer service has been good. The production quality hasn't, and the people I've spoke to have been really good. But I mean, it's one of those things when you're spending a huge amount of money, it should be right first thing. It shouldn't need like replacement after replacement or chasing because there's parts missing. But there we are. That's such is life. So yes, I'm going to go now and edit this and have a cuppa and get it uploaded. And until next time, I will catch you soon. Take care, stay safe, and see you on the flip side. Bye.